Esther, do you ever feel that you're held back by not being able to sing for men?
So that is a question that I definitely get a lot. And the fact is that I am held back financially in that case. But I
Sure.
definitely want to stay true to my values and to the intentions that I set out for myself when I was way back when I was 14.
Mhm.
And I want to stay true to that. And I also want to stay true to the gift that Hashem gave me specifically to use for this purpose.
Mhm. Wow. I'm sure it's hard sometimes. I'm sure there's a
Definitely, definitely challenging. Definitely challenging.
right.
But
Okay.
but life is full of challenges.
Right. That's true.
You know,
So true.
and we make our decisions as we go along, but my decisions are one I want my decisions to be in line with my goals that align with Torah and Hashem and the talents. I mean, if somebody gives you a gift, right? And you go ahead and use it completely wrong, that would hurt the gift, right? And or you disrespect the gift and
Mhm.
break it, or you throw it on the floor, or you just use it to, it would hurt the sender, it would hurt the person giving the gift. So I want to show that I'm really grateful, and I am
Mhm.
grateful.
Mhm.
And I struggled with that even when I was younger. I definitely did. Hashem, like I used to ask, why did you give me so many talents and put
Mhm.
me in an Orthodox from family, right? From means
Right.
Orthodox, right? And observant family, knowing that I can't use these talents on a grand scale. Because at this point in my life, and I'm almost 40 years old, my birthday's this month actually.
Wow.
And at this point in my life, it's very clear to me,
Mhm.
especially now that I have sung for thousands of women all over the world, and young girls are approaching me and looking up to me as a role model.
Mhm.
It's the nuance there is so important. It's
Mhm.
so important.
Hmm.
And I've heard secular artists say all the time, I'm not a role model. Why do I need to be a role model? And people agree with that. Why do they need to be a role model? You are singing for thousands of young, impressionable minds. Of course, you're a role model.
Hmm.
We hold all people in authority to higher standards than the people following them.
Right. What also comes to mind is seeing you on stage in so many different venues, seeing pictures of you on stage. You're always dressed so beautifully, but so modestly, and that is such a anomaly to the industry that you're in, where singers are not, especially female singers, are not dressed modestly at all when they sing in front of their crowds. So that's a beautiful thing to see.
I think it's important that we want to focus on the music, to focus on the
Mhm.
message. And that
Mhm.
would be very distracting if I
Right.
showed up on stage trying to flaunt something else
Right.
that is so misleading and so the opposite direction of what is actually being sung about, or what we want, what we would want our children to listen to. So
Right.
I tell my children that kosher is not just what we eat.
Mhm.
Kosher is what we see and what we hear and what we do.